Hello everyone, Venture here, and today I've got a good story for y'all. I got a story that will, it's gonna rile you up. It's gonna do a lot of, it's gonna piss you off. It's gonna have multiple effects. It might even make you have some respect for me, which I know you're thinking, wow, I don't think there's anything that can make that happen, but apparently there just might be. So let's get right into it. Now, this story revolves around a friend of my cousin's that I knew too. We're gonna give her a stereotypical high school movie, bitch name. You know the one. You know the one in every high school movie that thinks she's always the best and all that? Yeah, that's the name we're gonna give her. Now, we're gonna call her Whitney. Now, Whitney, she was a liar, she was a lot of things, and she was definitely a horrible friend. So let's get right into it. When I first arrived in Greece, I met my cousin's friends. Eventually I met them all, but this particular person, Whitney, she stood out to me. My cousin would always come up to me with problems that originated from her, so I thought I'd keep an eye on her for a while. Until eventually it all boiled down. My cousin's boyfriend at the time and her broke up, and I'm not kidding you. A day after, one of her closest friends, that being Whitney, started flirting with him. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that is a horrible thing to do. You should never, in my opinion, dating an ex of your friend, unless you were specifically told by them that it's okay, never do that. That is beyond messed up. And so, yeah, that's pretty much another thing. So, continuing onward, we decide to try and solve the situation. We all go together in a group chat and join a messenger call. Now, one thing that she didn't know about the specific messenger call is that me and my cousin were in the same house, but we deliberately joined in different phones to see how she would react in a situation. That situation being what would happen if my cousin closed got off the chat. So she did, and because while she was on there, Whitney wouldn't talk. She would just be mute for that entire time. She just would not talk, would not try to defend herself, wouldn't admit to doing anything wrong. She just would not speak. But when my cousin got off the chat, Whitney actually piped up and said something. I don't remember what she said, but it was, I think, a bit offensive. And my cousin, whilst I walked in the room, she heard that and went back around and fucking started roasting her, saying, "Is this what's going on now? You don't talk in front of my face, huh? You don't. You didn't know that we were in the same house. You didn't. And now you're caught with your pants down. What the hell are you gonna do?" So she was caught, stuck. She was caught right in the middle of doing this, and so she was absolutely just, well, she couldn't defend herself there. She just got caught. So that was one of the instances of this occurring. Now on to the next instance. It was another messenger situation, but this time it was I who snapped. And when I snap, people know that when I snap on someone, especially verbally, I can get real deep. I didn't cuss her out. No, I didn't do that. I hit differently. I started talking about how immature she was, how much of a child and just a horrible human being she is. The only way I can describe this is I drilled her confidence into the ground without even saying one swear word. And then I finished it off by saying, "Your behavior is like that of a 5-year-old." And personally, I think I can speak for all of us here when I say that we don't want to be friends with a 5-year-old. And then her boyfriend at the time, or I guess who was in part of the friend group, but they just started dating, pipes up and says, "Dude, that's not good. That's not nice." And I literally, from what I can remember, what I said in the chat was, "Quiet, otherwise you get the same treatment as her." So that was the situation. However, the lies did not stop, and her whole adventure here did not stop. I don't know what it was about how I roasted her, but apparently that made her feel some type of way, because I think a week or two later, she liked an Instagram post of mine that was a year old. Now, I know what you're thinking. oh, she must have done that by accident. Yeah, but if you do it on accident, you see the like and then the like disappears. Right? Yeah. No, that like stayed there. That like stayed there for like a solid week before because I wanted to give her every benefit of the doubt to say, oh, maybe she did it on accident. Not the type to block people. I don't really care. If they want to keep seeing how I'm doing in life, I'm doing just fine. I don't care, you know? I don't make videos about how I'm depressed and sad. I only post when I'm happy. So I gave her the illusion. If she sees that and she sees that I'm happy, well, I don't care. Suck it. As they say, the best revenge is moving on and living well. But it stayed there for a week, and I'm like, that is creepy as all hell. So afterwards, a rumor starts going around that her and one of my friends, who we're gonna call Todd, are dating. Now, he did not like her at all. They were just in the same class and chat a little bit, but he was not into her at all. They were barely friends. But my friend Todd had another thing. Connections. He knew people at bars, and he sometimes got things for a little cheaper, but he was just a man with connections. So I guess she found that attractive, and she wanted it. So she started spreading this rumor around. And people in school started treating him differently, talking about how, oh, you have, looking at him, discussing it, and he's like, what the hell is going on? So eventually, I'm pretty sure this was at my cousin's birthday, or my, yeah, it was either at my cousin's birthday or at my younger cousin's name day, that she asked me, yo, are Todd and Whitney dating? And I'm like, what the hell? No. No, they're not. What makes you think that? That's what she says. That they're dating and that he loves her. And I'm like, oh, that is not true. And so she starts texting Whitney, literally just saying, oh, I talked to my cousin. I talked to him and she talked to me. She's like, I talked to Venture. Todd does not like you. You are not dating. And she says, whatever you say. And she's like, what do you mean, whatever I say? He doesn't like you. Like, yeah. And then I told this to Todd, and he would. All these are fake names, by the way. I just gotta preface that. YouTube, don't get mad. These names are all fake. Hell, they're not even names from the right country. We're living in Greece here. I didn't even give them Greek names. But yeah, Todd obviously freaks the fuck out because of course he would when someone's made a lie about you that you two are dating. Of course you would. And yeah. So that was one of the last times we ever ended up talking to her. Now let's talk about another facet. Now, I'm not one to judge, but remember how I said that she started dating one of our friends and he became her boyfriend? Yeah, well, that same guy, he was her cousin. Not her cousin, like first cousin, second cousin. I'm pretty sure they were just cousins by marriage. Like nephew of a nephew. Like cousin of, like, yeah, so like a cousin, a child of a cousin of someone. Some kind of relationship like that. But that was weird. We didn't really care much about that. Honestly, I don't care. Go for your life. Do what the hell you want. It's still weird, but like, I don't care. But she twisted that man. I had the utmost respect for him when I first met him. He was older than me, and I kind of looked up to him. I thought, he was cool. But, yeah, nah. Nah, not at all, not at all. He definitely lost my respect. And then I realized that even though I was a prepubescent at the age of 16, I was still more of a man than he will ever be. The guy backed out of arguments, he ran away, he always played it like he was cool. And when someone plays it, that they plays the cool kid, that they're not cool. That's a fact. That's a common law. If you play the cool guy, you're not him. A real cool dude will never flex the fact that he's cool. The same thing goes with a guy who has a lot of girls. If you're constantly talking about, oh, I got girls and girls on girls, yeah, you probably don't. A guy who is like that doesn't flex it. He's modest about it. And so, yeah, I digress. Anyways, that was the story of my cousin's messed up friend and her Alabama relationship, I guess, with her boyfriend, and her different attempts to flirt with other students in the school, as well as my cousin's ex-boyfriend. I know this video was a little random. I just explained the entire situation of what was going on in those months regarding that topic. But, yeah, I just like to thank you all for watching, and, I'll see you all next time. Alright, bye guys.